Hello friends, today's project topic is AWS VPC Flow Logs ingestion into Snowflake. This is my GitHub repository. You can get a reference from this repository. For this project, we will require some prerequisites. One AWS user with permissions to create and manage IAM policies and roles. One Snowflake user account with permissions to create table, stages, and storage integrations as well as set up snowpipe, and one S3 bucket. This is our project's architecture. In our AWS VPC, we have to create VPC flow logs, which will further stored in our created S3 bucket. And after that, in Snowflake, we have to create an external stage for the S3, which will store our S3 Snowflake data, S3 flow logs data into Snowflake DB. But for the automated purpose, we have to create event notification in our S3 bucket. The event notification further connects to SQS queue, and which will further connects to our snowpipe, and our snowpipe will automatically trigger our S3 bucket to copy into data from to the Snowflake DB. Okay, so let's get started. Firstly, we have to create an IAM role. Here select AWS service, and in the use case search for S3. Click on next. In the permissions policy, search for S3 full access. Next, give our role to a name. And click on create role. So as we can see, our role has been successfully created. Now next step is create an S3 bucket. My AWS region is Canada Central because my Snowflake account is in the Canada Central region. Bucket, give a bucket name. Uncheck the all public access. Create bucket. Okay, so as we can see, our bucket has been created. Now the next step is click on our VPC. Go to VPC. As you can see, one VPC is already created in my account. I will use that. Open your VPC, click on flow logs and create flow log. Maximum aggregation interval you can keep on 10 minutes, but I will select here for the 1 minute. And in the destination section, select send to an Amazon S3 bucket. Here we have to give ARN of our S3 bucket. So go to our bucket, select our bucket and copy the ARN and simply paste it here. Okay, the log file format should be paraquet. Create flow log. Go to flow logs section, and we can see our flow logs has been created. We can check it. The destination is our S3 bucket name. Go to your S3 bucket, open it, As you can see, AWS logs folder has been created automatically. In it, our flow logs will be created. We have to wait for some time, and for the flow logs to get created, we have to get some traffic. For that, I have created one AWS server, web server, in which I have installed Apache. So anyone who can click on my link on my IP, the VPC flow logs automatically will be generated and it will get stored in the Amazon S3. Okay, so as we can see, our VPC flow logs has been generated successfully and stored in our S3 bucket. Say central. Yes, we can see here our flow logs has been generated. Okay, so then for the next step, we will refer my GitHub repository. So as we can see, we have successfully enabled our flow logs and created. Now the next step is go to your Snowflake and create an storage integration. So simply copy this code and go to Snowflake and paste it here. I will select my okay, I will create one database. AWS. Okay, my database has been created. Go to worksheets, new worksheet. Just refresh it once. Okay, select here your created database, schema, and warehouse. Okay, now for this storage integration, we have to paste here our IAM role ARN. For this, go to your IAM's role, copy the ARN and go to Snowflake and paste it here. Okay, and for the storage locations, we have to paste our S3 URI. For the URI, go to S3, select your flow log and copy the S3 URL. And we don't need to paste all the path, just simply keep it for this and run the command. Okay, we have to change the name because I have already created for the practice. Okay, so as we can see, our storage integration has been successfully created. We can describe also, run the command, and as you can see, the storage integration has been successfully created, and all the data, as we can see, allowed location, IAM user ARN, role ARN, and external ID. We have to take a note of these three things: user ARN, IAM role ARN, and external ID. Okay, now next step. Okay, the next step, we have to export our bucket name, prefix, role name, storage, and external ID from AWS to Snowflake. For this, copy this code, edit this code in Notepad. So what is our bucket name? So our bucket name is VPC Snowflake log. We can give here prefix, AWS logs. Role name, our role name is Snowflake AWS. We have to give it here IAM user ARN. So we have our IAM user ARN here. Paste it here. Okay, and external ID. Here is our external ID. And now copy it. Go to AWS and click on this Cloud Shell logo. It will generate an terminal where we can run command. Okay, paste all the commands here. I think there. Okay, our data has been exported successfully. So it will be the next step. Okay, we have to change our trust relationships policy of our AWS IAM role. Simply copy it, go to AWS role, go on trust relationships, edit trust policy, and simply replace it from this. And here we have to give storage AWS IAM user ARN, which will be here. Okay, and here external ID. Okay, update their policy. What is the okay? Okay, update policy. Okay, now go to permissions. We have to add one inline permission, inline policy. So simply click on create inline policy. Go to JSON and here you can get the code. And replace with this code. Okay, so now we have to change our S3 ARN with this code. Go to S3. Copy your ARN. Paste it. Slash AWS logs. Okay, do the same thing here and give the prefix name. Our prefix name is AWS logs. Logs. Okay. Next, you can give a name here, inline policy. Okay. Create policy. So as we can see, in our permissions policies section, our inline policy has been successfully created. So the next step is prepare Snowflake to receive the data. To receive the data, we have to prepare our Snowflake account. For this, we will require an warehouse of medium size. Go to Snowflake and run the command. It is already. Yeah. Okay. So you can see automatically the warehouse has been selected here. What will be the next step? We have to create one external stage to load the data from our S3. Copy your URL of your S3 and paste it here. Sorry, not URL. URI. You have to copy URI of your S3 bucket. Paste it. Okay. Okay. Run command. AWS. Okay, our Snowflake stage has been successfully created. Now we can list it. AWS semicolon. Sorry. Yes. So as we can see, our flow logs has been successfully copied from our S3 bucket to our Snowflake database, which is Snowflake AWS, and further it will be get stored in our warehouse. Okay. Now the next step, we have to create one table. Table has been created. We have to copy the data into the table. Yes, we have successfully copied data from the stage into our table. Now, so the next step is to create snowpipe for the automated purpose. Simply copy this command, paste it here. Okay. So as we can see, our pipe has been created successfully in our database Snowflake AWS in schema public. Now we have to copy this ARN to generate a event notification. Okay, simply copy it and paste it in our notepad so we can use it later. Okay. Go to your S3 bucket. In the properties section, create an event notification. Give a name. Okay. In the object creation section, select all. Okay. In the destination, select SQS queue and paste and enter the in the specify SQS queue section, enter the SQS queue ARN and paste our copied ARN here. Save changes. Okay. Our event notification has been successfully created for our snowpipe. Okay. Okay. Now we have to alter our snowpipe. Okay. As we can see, all the records, these are our rows from VPC Flow Logs. All the data, our VPC Flow Log. To work Snowflake, snowpipe work properly, we have to create a new table. Sorry, we have to select from our table data range start, data range end, pipe name. Copy the command and paste it here. Okay, we can go for the next step. We have to create a view. Our view has been created. Play. Select our view. See the data. Yes, as we can see, we have all the data according to different columns: account ID, action, bytes, view, interface ID. So this is my AWS account ID and my interface ID. Who will be search for that my public IP, all the data will be shown here. Their account ID, their interface ID, all the data will be shown here. Okay. Now we have to query the data. Simply run all the commands. We can shortlist our data by simply querying these commands. Okay, so that's it. We have successfully created our project and successfully ingested our VPC flow logs through AWS S3 into our Snowflake DB. And we have also created a snowpipe to trigger our S3 bucket through event notification. Thank you guys. Please like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel.